reckon they could have stared at panties all day without going to the storage room in the dark.
Is that true, Fuyuhiko?
Don't act like I'm the fucking killer!
But when the party started, nobody saw you, you know? That means you have no alibi.
No, that's wrong.
Yes, Chiaki does have an alibi for him, because she saw him outside,
No,
not
Fuyuhiko
under the
definitely has an
floorboards.
alibi. Isn't that right?
Oh, you're right.
It's definitely not him. We know this from the start. It was neither Chiaki nor Fuyuhiko. Those are the two people we are sure were not the killers. Oh, hey, what are you doing here all alone in a place like this? I'm standing guard so Monokuma doesn't come inside. How diligent of you.
I saw Fuyuhiko after the party started. There's no way he could have been waiting under the floor before then.
You should
Yeah,
have
it
said
was
that
not him.
earlier, dumbass.
It's still your fault. Like, why were you even lurking around the old building in the first place?
Shut up!
Maybe there really is a secret passage to go under the floorboards from outside, and he came to spy.
What'd you say, motherfucker?
Oh no!
Wow, he got chewed out, but he looks super happy.
Regardless, it's impossible to go under the floorboards from outside. Chiaki and I already confirmed that.
Yes,
Then someone definitely went under the floorboards through the storage room during the party.
yes.
During the party. It was probably during the blackout. Well, if someone disappeared during the blackout, no one would have noticed.
But walking down that dark hallway to the storage room is like trying to make Eggs Benedict without any eggs.
You're right. I couldn't even see the office in that darkness, and that room was much closer.
But is it really impossible? It might be better if we examine that possibility a little bit more.
It was super dark, you know? There's no way you'd be able to find your way to the storage room.
But I can't stop thinking about it. I feel like there's something I overlooked. For clarity's sake, once again.
Appears we're getting close to the final stage.
Oh damn it,
Blackened
Nagito.
or the spotless? Which is superior? I think it's time to settle this.
Make your argument. Duralumine case, party dishes, fire door. Murder threat, fire door. It's probably the fire door, right? Kitchen equipment list.
The hallway was really dark during the blackout.
Fire door.
Moving to the storage room like that. It's like making a seafood bowl without fish.
Is it really not possible?
What if they used a string like the cord?
Maybe there was another pair of night vision goggles?
What a pain. I'm gonna go with my gut. What if they used a light?
It definitely sounds impossible.
Ah, so it was not the fire door, was it?
The hallway.
Okay, let's check our options again. Kitchen equipment on use the light. Apparently that's an iron plate for barbecue and a portable stove for cooking hot pots. The portable stove. Maybe that's what they used. Okay.
Moving to the storage room like that. It's like making a seafood bowl without fish.
It was definitely Teru Teru. We now know 100%. Right? Like...
What if they used a string like the cord?
Maybe there was another pair of night vision goggles?
What a pain. I'm gonna go with my gut. What if they used a light?
Oh no! Oh no! Oh my god. Okay, let's try this again.
The hallway was really dark. Moving to the storage room. It's like making a seafood.
Is it really not?
What if they used a string like the cord?
Maybe there was another pair of night vision goggles?
What a pain. I'm gonna go with my gut. What if they used a light?
There we go.
I agree with that. I know. The killer had a light with him.
The portable
I
stove.
was right? But where could they have found a light?
There was one nearby for sure. See? It's written on the kitchen's equipment list.
Iron plates for barbecue and even a portable stove. Yes, I got it. Iron plates and a portable stove. I do recall seeing them on the shelf over there. This kitchen seems to be well kept. There should be no problems using it.
It's the
Oh, hello,
stove.
Bear. How are you doing this evening? I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. We are almost done with the class trial here, so we found probably the killer is the chef guy.
Portable stove?
We found like pretty much all the evidence here.
The portable stove isn't powered by electricity, and it's also small enough to carry around.
I'm good. My knee is still sore, but good. Yeah, pain in the knee can be pretty annoying.
So, the killer used the portable stove to move from the hallway to the storage room during the
But as
blackout.
long as it's not, you actually like fucked up your meniscus or anything like that, then you should be fine. It should recover in no time, because then it's usually just tendons. So once the inflammation is gone, you should be good. Unless you actually tore your meniscus or something. So the killer used the portable stove to move out of the hallway to the storage room during the blackout.
See.
Yes.
I never considered the portable stove. But there's a hole in your argument.
Oh really? Again? Oh my god.
A hole? What kind of hole? It would be...
Okay, shut
I
up.
wasn't making a perverted joke.
Yes.
Repeating yourself just
Whatever.
makes it even more suspicious.
Now then, Hajime, will you battle against me? No, that's wrong.
Okay, so this is gonna be the sword thing, right?
Will you be able to break through my argument?
What does he mean battle? It sounds like he's enjoying a game or something. Damn it, there's no way I'm gonna lose against someone like him. Okay, so it's gonna be the sword thing. Reboot of showdown. Okay, night vision goggles, storage room tablecloth, party tissues, fire door, kitchen equipment list, night vision goggles.
Did you forget what Kazuichi said earlier? He said the hall was too dark to see the office. The light from the stove that you mentioned. It contradicts his testimony. Or are you intentionally doubting his testimony?
I don't doubt what Kazuichi said. What are you trying to say?
The reason Kazuichi couldn't see the office was because the hallway was dark, right? So if the light was shining in such a dark hallway, wouldn't Kazuichi have seen it? After all, he was walking near the hallway, right?
Damn it!
Okay, so wait. It's talking about Kazuichi.
Did you forget what Kazuichi said earlier?
Storage room tablecloth,
He said the hall
party
was too dark to
dishes,
see the office. The light from the stove that you mentioned.
fire door.
It contradicts his testimony. Or are you intentionally doubting his testimony?
I can't back down!
What? What was I supposed to do there?
Did you forget what Kazuichi said earlier? He said the hall was too dark to see the office. The light from the stove that you mentioned. It contradicts his testimony. Or are you intentionally doubting his testimony?
Okay,
I don't
advance.
doubt what Kazuichi said. What are you trying to say?
The
This is
reason
confusing.
Kazuichi couldn't see the office was because the hallway was dark, right? So if the light was shining in such a dark hallway, wouldn't Kazuichi have seen? After all, he was walking near the hallway, right?
It's true that any light source in the dark hallway would have stood out. So if the killer did have a light, the reason Kazuichi wasn't be able to see it was...
The reason Kazuichi
Wait, what
couldn't
am
see
I
the
able...
office because
What
the
am I
hallway was
supposed
dark.
to
So if the light was
press?
shining in such a dark hallway,
Do I have to
wouldn't
press a button?
Kazuichi have seen it?
Allow
Oh,
me to cut
yeah.
through those words.
Yes, I was supposed to press triangle. Alright.
Nagito, did you forget? Or are you just pretending you forgot?
I completely forgot I had to press
talking about?
triangle.
There should have been a wall that blocked light. I'm talking about the fire door in the hallway. If you close it, it would form a perfect wall in the hallway. Plus, the hallway rounds a corner just beyond the fire door. So even if there was a small gap in the door, as long as they passed the corner, the light still wouldn't peek out.
Interesting.
I see. To actually notice the fire door. Just as expected of the ultimate... Oh. You still don't remember your talent, do you? Who cares
So
about
it
that
was
right now?
Teru. Okay. It was Teru.
What are you plotting?
We all know this.
For someone who insists he's not the killer, you are quite nosy.
You sound so scary. If you're that angry, why don't you take a deep breath? You sure like to piss us off. How about I shut your fucking mouth?
Hey! It's okay if you guys fight, but I won't allow a burly brawl that might offend people. More importantly, can you hurry up and decide who's the blackened already? Time runs out when I get bored.
Fine, I get it. You're telling me to pass the torch, right?
Pass the
Pass
torch?
the torch.
We're going to ask the real killer, not an imposter like me, to show themselves.
You're obviously the killer, right?
If you think I am, I really don't mind. Whatever conclusion you ultimates arrive at, I will accept it, no matter what it is.
It is Teru, like no doubt. So you're telling me to call out the real killer, even though I don't really want to condemn that person, but there's no other way, right? The person who used the hallway's fire door as cover and used the portable stove to move in the dark and snuck under the floorboards to stab Byakuya to death using the glowing pint as a mark. So the only killer I can think of is you and only you. Select someone. Where's Teru? It's definitely him. By the way, I just want to say you have the hottest Twitter post I have ever seen. Wait, you mean my Twitter post? Really? I don't see how that would be possible.
What? What are you talking about?
Just joking. I do post a lot of, I don't know. I wouldn't say lewd stuff, but I am pretty open on my Twitter about things, so...
Teru's the killer?
Is that true?
So how was your day, Trappy?
There's no way!
Well, I've been playing this for like 4 hours almost at this point, so this was most of my day. I mean, most of my afternoon at least. It was pretty fun so far. It's a long trial though, I didn't expect it to be so long.
So if you have an objection,
But it seems like we finally reached the end of it and we found the murder.
objection or not, why am I being treated like a killer?
I mean, you were the only one who wasn't in the party and who has an alibi and who had access to the kitchen equipment list, including the portable stove and the skewer you used to stab Byakuya to death, and so...
The portable stove used in the murder came from the kitchen. That's it? That's the only reason you're treating me like a killer? Isn't that a little drastic? You're cruel. Cruel. Too cruel.
Teru. That attitude is so not like you. For the ultimate cook to get so upset.
Call me chef.
If you fall to aspersions like this, who will be there to support the future of the culinary arts?
The future of the culinary arts?
That's right.
What are you even talking about?
Future of the culinary arts. You must face this and fight it fair and square.
You're right. Yeah, that's totally right.
So what's an aspersion anyway?
Did you know
Oh my
asbestos
god.
is yummy too? We should
Asbestos.
try some later.
Nagito, why are you interfering?
Let's assume that the killer used a light, and that they used the fire door to mask that light, and that they moved to the storage room and snuck under the floorboards. Then what? It's dark under the floorboards too. So how would they be able to stab Byakuya? You're not gonna say they shined the light on Byakuya, right? The plan would have been ruined if he noticed.
That's right. What do you think about that?
There's no way you can answer, right? You personally haven't investigated what's beneath the floorboards.
That's true.
If that's the case, then Gundam should know. He actually went under the floorboards.
No. Unfortunately, there was nothing related to the incident under the floorboards. The only thing I found was a strange liquid.
I didn't mean to sound creepy, but yes, your Twitter posts are pretty hot. That's not creepy. Like I said, I am pretty open about my relationship and my experiences with relationships on my Twitter and everything related to that, so I love how much Nagito loves to stir the pot. Yeah, he's a strange boy, isn't he? I just came in and I'm confused. We are on the court for the first murder case, and we just accused the first person after a long time, after like 2 hours pretty much of being in the court trying to figure out the murder. We finally have figured it out, mostly. The only thing I found was strange liquid shining in the darkness, so it was the paint.
What? A shining liquid in the dark? That sounds super important!
So yeah, we pretty much found the murder now. We're just tying the final loose ends and the court should be over.
If there was a shining mark like that, they would have been able to move to it in the dark, right?
And in doing so, it might have been possible for them to use that mark to target the victim.
The victim was targeted by a mark. What was the mark? Monokuma's file? I don't think that's it.
Crap!
Yeah, that's not it. What was the mark? The knife? I think it was the knife, right? Because the knife had paint on it.
I can prove it with this.
Alright, we got it. We got it.
The mark you're talking about is the glowing paint that was applied to the knife, right?
Ah, by using the glowing paint as a target, they were able to judge where to stab even in the dark.
I see. The killer didn't target an actual person. They just struck the moment the glowing paint moved.
That would be the moment someone grabbed a hold of the knife.
So, the killer used the mark that I prepared for finding the knife as a mark for stabbing.
That is so weird though. How did they prepare all of that?
That's why Byakuya got killed when he took the knife.
But if they were able to do that, wouldn't that mean the killer knew about Nagito's plan all along?
Exactly.
Well, Teru!
Seriously? I don't know anything. Really? I don't know anything at all.
Lika saves soon, by the way, trust me. Okay, can I save here? Oh, I actually can. There we go.
Then can I ask everyone a question instead?
Yeah, this is a bit confusing now. It's always Nagito just making things confusing for no reason.
Now. We should give everyone a fair opportunity to speak.
If Teru is the killer, that would mean he went to the storage room during the blackout.
Yes.
And just what did Ibuki hear during the blackout?
Don't step on my feet!
What the hell? What's going on here? This is...
Ow!
Turn the damn lights on! I can't eat like this, you know!
You guys? Where are you? Wasn't the blackout...
Yeah, Teru did show up, but he showed up by the end of it.
She heard Teru's voice in the dining hall?
Doesn't that prove Teru was in the dining hall during the blackout?
That's right! That's exactly it!
But Teru was in the kitchen the moment the blackout occurred, right? So, why was he in the dining hall?
I thought the blackout was only in the kitchen, so I panicked
Weird.
and ran out of there.
Fuck.
Of course, the hallway was dark too, but somehow I managed to move along the wall toward everyone's voices.
Well, it's not that far to move along the wall from the kitchen to the dining hall.
That's
sounds fishy.
If I remember correctly,
Oh, are you serious? We still haven't figured out who the murderer is?
lying by licking their sweat. If you want.
No
Shut
way.
up.
You look greasy. But I heard Teru's voice in the dining hall. Ibuki swears on her honor.
That's right. Teru was in the dining hall, not the storage room. Which means he's not the
Fuck.
killer.
Then who is the goddamn killer? The only person left is like Peko.
No, that's not it. Why?
Oh?
Why do you want to keep falsely accusing me?
I do think it is him, because I don't see how anybody else would be it. Peko has an alibi. He's the only one who doesn't. And he had the weapon and the things available for the murder. It was just...
It's not like I want to blame you. I just...
You should be
We need to
so
make sense
proud
of this,
yourself, Hajime. You're just progressing toward the hope you believe in. Now, Hajime, show me more of your hope.
So sexual. Show me more of your hope. Okay, make your arguments. Knife, bloodstain under the table, gaps in the floor, Duralumin case.
Let me ask you again.
Bloodstains under
Did you
the
go
table,
to the
maybe?
storage room during the blackout?
There's no way I went to the storage room.
Gaps in the
totally
floorboards?
different.
I definitely heard Teru's voice. It's
Oh,
handsome,
gaps in the
unlike his
floorboard
face.
at that point, right? He talked you through the gaps in the
Maybe it was
floorboard?
recording or something? Nope, definitely a live voice.
No. They may not look like it, but my ears are like old and they're extra sensitive to live voices, so I think a live voice is the truth. So that was not it. But it's
me
definitely
ask
the
you
gaps in
again.
the floorboards, right?
Did you go to the storage
Yes,
room
it's
during
definitely
the blackout?
the gaps.
There's
It's
no
gonna
way
be
I
the
went to
first one.
storage room. I was somewhere totally different.
I definitely heard Teru's voice.
Definitely heard through the gaps in the floorboards, right? No? Oh my god.
Crap.
Okay, I
Let
guess we
me
have
ask
to
you
wait a
again.
little bit more.
Did you go to the store?
There's no way I was somewhere totally different.
I definitely heard Teru's voice. It's handsome, unlike his face. Maybe it was recording or something?
Yeah, it's gonna be a bit later.
Definitely a live voice.
It was a live voice, yes.
Right. As long as I have her testimony.
He just
fact
spoke
that I
through
was
the
in
gaps,
dining hall
right?
Cannot be disputed. I'll shoot through that
Okay, we got it. So it was Teru. He just shouted from under the floorboards. Weird that she didn't realize the voice was coming from under, though.
Huh? Why?
Well, that's his final alibi, so there he goes.
So even if you shouted from under the floor, it should have sounded just like the voices in the dining hall.
Maybe, maybe not.
But
I'll shoot through that contradiction. I love the delivery of that line. Sounds something out of a yaoi anti, right?
Is that true, Teru?
Alright, it was him.
Hold on
He
a
has
second.
no alibis remaining.
Can you explain this, Teru?
We know this. We know this. We know this.
What are y'all even saying anymore? I'm telling you, I was in that there dining hall during the blackout.
Where are you from again?
I was born in West Asabu and raised in South Aoyama.
Hey, you guys! This guy's a major liar! If Teru was in the dining hall during the blackout, he should have been there after the power returned, right?
That's right. He wasn't there. Yeah.
Well, I believe so. There's no way he could have gone back and forth in that dark hallway.
Huh?
Yeah, he wasn't there.
Was Teru actually there during that time?
I sure was. I was there the whole damn time.
Does he really have to talk like that
Something
now?
like this shouldn't be decided by gut instinct. People's lives are
Okay,
at stake.
Nagito, stop stirring the pot.
You guys should have been deciding this on the spot with your hazy memories.
His accent is getting even worse. He's definitely lying.
However, I am not sure. I believe that he was there, and I believe that he was not there.
No! Is there any way we can decide?
Why don't we consult his memories?
his memories?
Gosh, yeah, don't be saying things like that. Don't make no sense. Can you even prove I wasn't in the dining hall?
What accent is that even supposed to be?
Probably can't.
It's a good question.
Oh, you again.
Whether or not Teru was in the dining hall during the blackout, in order to know for sure, I just need to throw that question at him. So it was not Nekomaru's. It was not the autopsy. No, not that. Chiaki's account, it was not that, it was not that, it's not that. Potty dishes. Teru's account. No, not that. Storage room. Irons. Ibuki's account. Maybe he would be able to remember what everybody said. Maybe not. Shorlumi case, embarrassing pose. Oh, the pose! Right?
I can prove it with this.
He would have remembered that, for sure.
If you're claiming that you were in the dining hall when the power came back, then you should know how Mikan was positioned at the time, right? Well, what?
Oh my god. Did they really make this shit a plot point?
No, this is a very important question. Well, Teru, if you were really in the dining hall at that time, you should know the answer to that. Huh? It was a pretty clever way of tripping. There's no way you'd forget about it so easily.
Yeah, are you kidding me?
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
How about it? You can't answer, Teru?
That's weird. Just slipped from my mind.
There's no way it would slip from your mind, especially not a pervert like you.
Even so, Nagito, say something.
I guess you might have to give up now.
Give up? What do you mean, give up?
Teru. I'm disappointed too, you know.
Oh my god.
It's lonely watching someone I admire reach the limits of their hope. It kind of feels like a broken dream.
Nagito.
Well, we got him. It is Teru.
With the killer like that? Well, hold on a sec. Don't go moving this along on your own like I really am the killer.
Huh? But it's already decided, right?
The murder weapon hasn't been cleared up yet, Chef?
Yes, it has. It was one of the skewers that were missing. The Churrasco skewers.
Anymore. It appears he's saying the murder weapon hasn't been cleared up yet.
You understand?
Like, it's like, I admire the ultimates, but Teru is not someone to admire. Yeah, let's be honest here.
This is too cruel.
Oh, you calling me the killer? Then where's the weapon?
Come on,
Where the
Honey.
weapon?
Enough with the whimpering and translate.
He said, if you're calling me the killer, then where's the weapon?
Weapon, huh? It's not the knife, right?
It was a skewer.
Also, if they stabbed from under the floorboards, the weapon would need to be at least 50 centimeters in length.
It was a skewer. We had a skewer missing, remember?
Not good enough. Not good enough at all.
You said, not good enough. Fine, I got it. Let's try thinking about what the weapon was.
I already know the answer.
What a confusing accent.
Just let me do it. Anyways, we need to focus and think about this. A thin edge 2. The weapon that meets all the requirements must have been used in the crime scene. What was that? A skewer. Hangman's Gambit. Oh, we have to find. Okay. Wait, why is it 2 words? S-K-E-W-E-R. So it's a skewer, but it has something before it? Well, wait. Does a skewer has another name? Like a thing before the name? Iron. Oh. Iron skewer. Yes. Yeah, I'll never be able to guess the iron part, to be honest. We need an O. Oh, that's an O. Iron. Now we need an S. Oh, we already have it. Skewer. There we go. That's the E we need. Now we only need an R. There we go. That's the R. Iron skewer. Easy peasy.
That's it. The weapon must be the iron skewer.
Huh? The iron skewer?
Before the party, as Byakuya was confiscating all the dangerous items, he spoke to Teru.
I checked the equipment list and there seems to be one iron skewer missing. Yes, I remember that. Ah, that's right. As far as I know, that has been missing from the start.
So that missing iron skewer is the weapon?
An iron skewer would match up with the wounds perfectly.
Yes!
Teru, where'd you hide the iron skewer?
Alright.
Avril Lavigne?
Huh? Did he really just say that?
He's just saying random shit to fuck with us. You probably dumped it somewhere on the island, didn't you?
This school trip has a no littering rule. If he had violated it, the island sirens would be ringing non-stop.
Island sirens? Just for littering?
Also, I was on guard duty, and I never once saw Teru leave the old building.
Which means he obviously hid it somewhere in the old building.
It's probably the kitchen again, right?
Teru, just man up and be straight with us. Oh.
Finally, we are nearing the end. A cornered opponent will be surrounded by soul shields and simply will not listen to what you have to say. It will probably pain you to condemn your classmates, but this is a class trial after all. You must argue against your opponent and destroy their soul shields. A high-speed dispute battle where you beat down a panicked opponent's excuses and nonsense. That's the bullet time the panic talk action. PTA. During PTA, you must destroy all your opponent's soul shields so you can deliver your final strike. So Lika, the Steam version of this minigame is a bit skewered. The timing of the rhythm is off. Oof. It's gonna be a problem, isn't it? In order to do that, you must destroy your opponent's remarks while following the tempo of the song. Time your button presses with the tempo marker as it moves across the screen. Match the tempo marker by pressing the B button, and you will be able to lock on to the opponent's remark. If you keep pressing it, you'll be able to lock on to multiple remarks at the same time. Afterwards, if you release the B button in time with the tempo marker, I have no idea what any of this means. It will intercept the locked on remark and destroy it. At the end, you need to put together a phrase using the face buttons. By destroying the remarks, you'll be able to damage the soul shields protecting the opponent and destroy them. However, if you cannot destroy the remark within limited time, you will end up getting hurt. During PTA, you can always press that button to review controls, but for this PTA, just focus on pressing B. Just wait for another time for the other features. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do here. Press B? I have no idea any further than that. Keep going, you initiate a tempo up. On the flip side, if you keep missing, you get yourself a tempo down. When the song changes, the tempo changes. This will alter the timing for each button, so please be careful. Still more stuff. Let me tell you about the final blow. Did they really had no other way of making a tutorial for this? Like, are you serious? If you destroy all your opponent's soul shields, they will start to give their final argument. If that happens, 4 words will be displayed on the top, bottom, left, and right sides of the screen. Each of these 4 words corresponds to the B, Y, X, and